Hello you guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome here. My name is Kylene. I post a lot of lifestyle and motherhood content once or twice a week here. I am pregnant with my second baby. It's a girl, and I have a 14-month-old son, so that's a little bit about me. But today I am sharing a holiday gift guide, and I think I'm gonna title it like the ultimate holiday gift guide because I have stuff for 1-year-olds, for the expecting mom and a newborn, for him and for her. I've got quite the list and inspiration of different gifts that you can get for really anyone in your family. So I hope that you are able to make the holiday season a little bit less stressful by just using these guides and having some great ideas. So like I said, I broke it down into a bunch of different categories, but the main category that I focused on this year was for 1-year-olds because like I said, I have a 14-month-old son, and so that's who I am shopping for. But like I said, I am also pregnant, and I thought it would be helpful to do any sort of like expecting moms. And then I know it's always a struggle to find gifts for your significant other or for your friends or your parents or just different things. So that's why I really broke it down to pretty much a gift for anyone. For the 1-year-olds, I did break it down into 3 categories because this is how I grew up with Christmas and I really loved it. And so that's what I'm going to continue to do with my children. My mom did a Santa gift that was like a bigger item that when we came down the stairs, it was unwrapped and it was open and it was from Santa. And then she had all the gifts from her, and I call those like filler gifts or smaller gifts, and then stocking stuffers. So that's kind of what I broke down for the 1-year-olds. And then for all the other categories, it's just like ideas that range from any price range. I think somewhere from $20 to like $150 for all the other guides. Whereas for the Santa ones, there's a range from like $50 to $200. The smaller filler gifts are, I think, like $12 to $50. And then the stocking stuffers are about $2 to $15. So I tried to really find a good range for all gifts, especially for the 1-year-olds. And yeah, for all of these lists, I did create guides where I linked every single item that I'm going to talk about, and I am going to store those in the bio of this video. So if you guys ever want to refer back, you'll be able to access those guides anywhere. I will also save them to my Instagram highlights, so if you guys want to find them pretty quickly, make sure you are following me there. This video is going to probably be very lengthy because I'm going to explain each item and just kind of give my thoughts on it instead of just showing a picture and being done. I feel like explaining things can kind of be helpful as to who it may be a good gift for. So I will timestamp this video for you guys, so that way you can just jump around to the parts that you want to see. But I hope that you guys enjoy, and let's get into it. All right, we're gonna start off with the 1-year-olds. We will then transition to the expecting mama and the newborn, and then gifts for her and gifts for him. So if you're curious, the layout, there you go. But starting with 1-year-olds and starting with Santa gifts, these are gifts that either I have on my list for Rocky or items that we already have for him that he loves, and I really think a 1-year-old would love as well. The first thing is the thing that I want to get Rocky this year, and that is a play kitchen. Specifically, I'm going to get the one from IKEA, but the one that I linked is one from Amazon, just in case your IKEA is out of stock. I know we have been out of stock of a ton of things, so I left a backup option. But anytime Rocky goes to our friend's house or my sister-in-law's house, he is obsessed with the play kitchen. And I guess I should have prefaced this, but the gifts that I try to give Rocky or for my kids are Montessori inspired, where I am teaching him practical life skills, and so a kitchen is perfect. And I would love to turn it into a functional kitchen. My friend has done this where there's a washing station and it can actually pump water through, so that's a goal of mine for sure. This is the gift that I will leave unwrapped and just out as soon as he walks down the stairs, so I'm really excited about that. This next gift we actually already have and he's obsessed with, and it's our kitchen learning tower. Basically what it does is it allows him to be eye level with everything on the counter, and so it gets him involved in the cooking process and it just makes him feel more, I guess for lack of another better word, but just involved in the kitchen. We've had it since he was 12 months old and he's loved it. He can now climb up into it by himself, so of course that's some good like mobile skills, but I highly recommend a kitchen learning tower if you don't have one already for your 1-year-old. The next one is another item that we have, and that's the pickler triangle. I'm sure you guys have heard of it. He loves this one too. He loves to crawl under it. When he was learning to pull himself up, this was very helpful, and he is now starting to climb it. If you saw my last vlog, you would have seen that. But again, this just like really is good for many different skills for him, and it promotes a lot of risky play, which is good for building up their confidence and their bravery and just making their mobile skills more heightened. If you're curious of like what I'm trying to accomplish with each of these, I would highly suggest looking into like Montessori style of play, because that's kind of where it's all coming from. The next one is the Nugget couch, which I don't know that I linked it in the guide, but I will link one for you. And again, this is just a very fun way of him playing, but it is also furniture that is his size. So it's like a little mini couch that we can make into little obstacle courses or forts or things like that, and he loves this one too. Okay, the next one we do not have, and it is a sandbox for outside. Rocky is currently obsessed with playing outside because right now in Arizona it's like sunny and 75. It's like perfect weather, so he is just like dragging us out there every single day, and I feel like this is just like a huge sensory box that is the perfect gift. So a sandbox is definitely on our list. I don't know if we will actually get it because the main gift I'm trying to do is the kitchen, but it's something that is definitely in my mind for toys in the future for him. Next item is an outdoor sensory table, which we actually have and we've been using indoors because in the summer it was too hot. But it's a little bench with 2 little slots, and you can do a bunch of different sensory activities, and that is one that I highly recommend. I wish our IKEA had the sensory table for indoors in stock because it's a lot cheaper and it's beautiful, but I have been checking for like a year, I swear, and it's just been out of stock. So if you have one of those near you, I will link that for you too, and you can see if it's in store in whatever state you live in. The next one is a wobble board. We've had this one again since Rocky turned 1, and he's just recently started getting into it, so I do feel like maybe it's a little bit of an older toy, but he's been climbing on it and like sliding on it, and it's super fun. So that's one that I think would be great. You guys know I can't do a video like this without mentioning Lovevery, because Lovevery has seriously changed our world. If you guys don't know, it's a play kit subscription, and this is not sponsored, but if you do click the link in my bio, I do make a small commission from it, so thank you so much in advance if you do. But the play kits are delivered every 2 months, and they basically just take the like research out for you, because they're stage-based learning that promotes just toys and activities that are for the right age. So they're at whatever stage, developmental stage they're at, they are able to learn a new task that is within their means of learning. I feel like that was a really poor way of explaining that, but Lovevery is a huge thing, and I believe the play kits are anywhere from $80 to $120, so I feel like that is a perfect Santa gift. It comes with like 5 to 6 different toys and a book and like all these great things. So Lovevery play kits, always a good go-to. The next one my mom actually got for Rocky, which is a learning bike. So it's basically a bike that they can just kind of walk with. If you guys watch my channel, you know Rocky is obsessed with his panda bike, but it has like little training wheels on it, so this is kind of like the next step to get him balancing a little bit better. So I'm really excited to see how he likes that. Next item is a train table. Rocky has recently gotten super into cars, and my mom actually has one of these at her house too, and he loves it. So I feel like it's just an easy, perfect thing. You can set up different like courses for them and have bridges and houses and really just like make it like a little city. So that's a great one too. And then the last thing I have on my list is a outdoor swing. Anytime we go to the park, Rocky is obsessed with swings, and so we actually do have a swing that I really just want to get hung up on our porch, but we haven't gotten around to it yet. So we'll either do that, or we will purchase like a cuter swing, or maybe even like the little tyke swing, and I'll spray paint it to make it look cuter. But I think this is a great one. If you guys are into sensory at all, then you'll know that this is a really good vestibular input, which actually, long story short, helps with their mood and calming them down. So if you have a cranky kid, I swear sensory play and sensory activities are so good. Yeah. Okay, the next category is still for 1-year-olds, and it is those filler or smaller gifts. So they kind of play off the Santa gift a little bit, or just are items that are somewhere in between the price range. Too big to be a stocking stuffer, but too small to be a Santa gift. So the first thing that I have is play food, because I'm getting him a play kitchen, so it makes a lot of sense. We're also going to do like little play pots and pans and things like that, because this kid is in our kitchen all the time pulling those out. So I'm hoping that if he has his own, he can play with that. I'm not categorizing these lists as like for boys or for girls, but I do realize that a lot of it is more kind of tailored towards a boy. So I have a girl item that I think would be great, but honestly, Rocky is so obsessed with babies right now. I'm considering getting him one too, especially since he has a little sister coming, but it's play doh. Just kind of teaching them to be nurturing, I feel like is just a really good thing to learn as you're younger. And so you could do those, you could do like little clothes for it, little bottles and like accessories, that kind of thing. The next one is a bunch of just like cleaning tools, and I know Melissa and Doug has 2 kits for this. One is like a spray cleaner and like a sponge and things like that, and then the other one is like a broom and a mop and those kinds of things. We have the spray cleaner thing and Rocky is obsessed with it. Anytime I'm cleaning, he'll bring his out and just kind of like use his little towel and just play with those things. But I do think getting the mop and the broom would be super fun, especially since we are gonna get the kitchen. Another Melissa and Doug toy that I saw was cool is like lacing beads, and basically it's just like a string with like little beads on it. So of course, like you could make this yourself too and make it as cute or as cheap as you would like, but the fine motor skills that go along with that are super good. Next items I have are musical instruments, so you could do like a little kid's ukulele or a kid's piano. I think introducing music at this age is such an important thing, and it uses a different part of the brain, so we definitely have a lot of musical instruments, but we don't have like bigger musical instruments. So those are definitely some things that I'm considering getting Rocky too. All right, just a few more of the filler gifts. I have those magnet tiles. I'm sure you guys have heard of them. I found a dupe on Amazon that is a lot more affordable than the regular ones. And basically it's just like magnets that they can build like houses and things. So that's one thing that I want to add. And then I had a bunch of wooden magnets that go to the fridge. Specifically the ones that I want to get are the letters and numbers so that he can like start to see different letters and learn how to spell things out or count things. I know he's very young for that, but just like him being exposed to it I think is great. And then they also have little animal ones, which we've been doing that a ton with him, just like asking what does a cow say or all these different things to get him just like learning a little bit more. So that is definitely on our list. And then the last thing is just different puzzles. I think puzzles are great. Again, they are good for fine motor skills and just showing your kids a bunch of different things. So that is it for the smaller items. We will move on to stocking stuffers and then we'll get away from 1-year-olds. For stocking stuffers, I'm just gonna rapid fire because I don't feel like there needs to be a ton of explanation, but I have those first 100 books. They do like colors, numbers, shapes, animals, that kind of thing. I have flashcards to again kind of show similar different things. I have bath drops to change the bath different colors. You could also do like bubbles, really any sort of bath toy or thing that kind of just like elevates your bath experience I think is a great stocking stuffer. I have kinetic sand. You could also do like Play-Doh. I have those little sensory tubes that you can like pull apart. There's a reel I watched on an account I follow, I will tag it down below, and she had like 9 different ways to play with this. I have those poppets which got like increasingly popular very quick, but it entertains Rocky for sure. I have chalk and crayons just to get him creative in drawing. I highly recommend crayons over markers. I tried to get him markers for his birthday and all he wanted to do was touch the top of the marker. Duh, he's 1. We have a kid-friendly knife. We actually have one of these for Rocky and I need to bring it out a little bit more, but there's one that's also a crinkle cut version, so that way when they're cutting like a banana or an avocado, it makes it so it's easier for them to hold it. A toothbrush and toothpaste are definitely some like good items. My mom always did this for me, like any like skincare or hair products that we normally wouldn't buy like extra for us, she would get me like a nicer version, and so I have that. If you have a daughter, you could get her like a nice hairbrush or like the little hair ties or hair bows, or you could do like shampoo and conditioner or body wash that are just like a little bit nicer than what you would normally buy. Just things like that that are needed but are just a little bit better of an experience is something that just like brings me back to my childhood. All right, moving on past the 1-year-old, we're gonna move on to the expecting mama and basically just like newborn essentials. These items are a little bit pricier because I personally wanted to invest in quality products because I am going to have multiple kids, and so all of these products I am going to reuse for baby girl, and I'm very, very, very happy that I invested in them because I still have them. You can of course find dupes to all of this, so just if you don't want to spend the money or put it on your registry, just understand like the concept of what I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure every single one of these items you can find a cheaper version. So although this first one is just kind of a cheaper option, but highly, highly, highly recommend for the expecting mama, and that is the Haka. If you guys don't know what that is, it's a manual breast pump that catches the letdown on the opposite side. I built an entire freezer stash of breast milk using this, and I highly recommend. The next one is a nice diaper bag that's gonna last you long, especially if you're gonna have multiple kids. We personally have the Fawn Design diaper bag, but I've also heard that Freshly Picked is a really good brand. We actually have moccasins from them, and I can just tell that the same leather material is used, and it is super, super nice. The next one is the Peanut Changing Pad. So it's basically like a silicone changing pad. So if you get pee or poop on it, it seriously just wipes away so easily. I can't even imagine using one that is like a fabric material, because you just have to constantly wash that as well, and it's just so much easier to have a silicone one. So we will be taking that from Rocky's room into baby girl's room, because it's going to make our life so much easier, and that thing is still in great shape. A monitor is clearly, I guess it's not necessary, but for me and my anxiety-ridden self and the fact that we live in a two-story, I have to have a monitor, and I really like a monitor that I can physically hold. The one that we use is the Dr. Meter brand, but of course there's other brands too. I'm considering making the change to one on my phone just to make myself less like obsessive about it, but I know in my heart I'll probably just want the monitor again. So we use the Dr. Meter one, and it has worked super well for us. It has the ability to have 2 cameras attached to one monitor, so that's most likely what we will do. Snuggle Me is a lounger. If you've heard of the Dr. Tot, it's the same kind of thing. We loved our Snuggle Me. It made things so easy. It made it so that we could lay Rocky on the couch and not worry about him rolling over at any point. And he took a lot of naps in there. He slept in there a little bit, which I know is not recommended, but you do your own research, do what works for you. Sleep is so hard, so no judgment here. But we absolutely loved the Snuggle Me, and I cannot wait to bring it back out for baby girl. If you know my kid, you know he is a Binky boy, and so Binkies of course are on this list too. Binky clips are also very helpful for the beginning when they can't necessarily like rip them off and throw them, but it just catches it anytime and then it falls, so I have that on there. I have swaddle blankets, not to necessarily swaddle your baby, but for throw up. Rocky threw up so much as a baby that we could not use just like little changing cloths. We had to have a full-on swaddle. But my sister-in-law actually does this technique with swaddles where it's like a butterfly wrap. That's really good, so I'm gonna try that with baby girl too. But as far as actually swaddling goes, we used the nested bean swaddle, which was a lightly weighted Velcro swaddle, which just made our life so easy. I didn't have to worry about it coming undone because it just Velcroed over and we were done with it. So I highly recommend that. We personally love the Hatch sound machine. It has a bunch of different colors and sounds. Of course, we do not turn on the light for it. We follow Taking Care of Babies, and that's a no-no, but it has been such a nice sound machine. Of course, there's dupes for this too, but that is one I will definitely be repurchasing for baby girl. All right, 2 more items. The next one is just a bathtub. When they're little, it's definitely a necessity. And then the last thing is another Love Every product. I know, but it's seriously so good. It is the play mat. I actually did not have it for Rocky, and I cannot wait to have it for baby girl. I found Love Every a little bit later into our experience, and I'm so stoked to have it. There's so many different things that get your kid interacting, gets them to promote rolling and seeing contrast colors or high contrast things. There's rattles to get them moving, and it's such a good play mat. So that is the last item I have on the list for expecting mamas and newborns. All right, I feel like I'm like talking faster and faster because I just feel like I've been talking forever. Yeah, we're already 20 minutes in, people. I'm so sorry. But I have for her and for him left. For her, I did 2 different guides. I did an Amazon guide, and then I did a guide with just like stores from all over and some small shops. And then for guys, I just did stores all over. So let's go through this. For her, I have a 5-minute journal, which is really good for gratitude. This is one that I actually really would like to receive because my friend used to use it and she loved it. I have a lounge set from Amazon that I bought last year that I really like, but just really any lounge set in general, I feel like any girl would love. A silk pillow is one that I got recommended by one of you guys, and I thought that was such a good gift. It's really good for your hair. So that's on there. Any sort of hair clips, especially like claw clips, are things that I feel like everyone would love. I recently just bought one from Bloom Head Wraps, and I've been using it to just like pull my hair back when I'm getting ready, and it's crease free but just like really keeps all of my hair back, and I've been loving it. And of course there's cute hair designs you can do with it too, but I need to get a little bit more confident and good at doing that because I am not there yet. I put those sandals, those like pillow sandals that everyone is wearing, because I am late to the game and I still have not bought them, but I really want those, so those are on there. And then I have just like a couple random things. I have nail polish. Clearly that's subjective to what color that you want, but I put a cream one on there. I put Hemp's lotion, which I swear to you is the best lotion ever. Just get the original kind and trust me. I put hair oil. I've been using Moroccan oil on my hair for so long, and even on my face and my belly, and I love that stuff. I also put the first aid Aid Ultra Repair Moisturizer. I have not tried this yet, but I've heard people just rave about it, so that's on there. I also have biker shorts that I've heard Kristen Johns, if you guys follow her, I'm sure you know who she is, but she recommended this brand, and it's a very affordable biker short that looks really, really cozy. And then I also have an oil diffuser that's a ceramic oil diffuser that doesn't cost $100, which I was like so happy to find. I think it's so beautiful, and I love the idea of just having like oils going throughout my house, so that's on there. I also found the non-stick pan that I've been obsessed with and linked a similar version for you guys. Instead of spending a bunch of money on the, I forget what it's called. You know what I'm talking about. There's a brand of pan that's like super expensive. I would love to have those, but having multiple of those is not practical for me. So I found a really good non-stick ceramic pan that you guys can look at. And then I also found a glass tumbler. Well, I've been using it forever. I love it. It has a straw and it's good for on the go. And then I also had those like beer mug glass cups for iced coffee with glass straws. I just feel like that really elevates the drinking experience, so those are on there too. All right, moving on to the small shops and just random businesses. The first thing that I have are 2 Made by Mary necklaces. I personally have one of them. I'm not wearing it right now, but it is the birth flower necklace. So I got the August one for Rocky. I actually have both of them, and then I have the other one that says mama. They are such a beautiful gift to give to any mom. They even have like grandma ones too, or just like ones that you can get for yourself. You can get personalized like letters, all that kind of thing. I have been shopping from Made by Mary for years. I've gotten my mom, my mother-in-law, my sister, so many different people gifts from there, and I highly recommend just getting a personalized necklace or ring or things like that. It's such a good gift for really any girl in your life. The next one was recommended by you guys, and it's the Barefoot Dreams robe or blanket. We actually just recently dived into the like luxury blanket game. We have one from Minky Couture and from Serenoni, and they are so soft, and I hear Barefoot Dreams are just as good, so I have those linked for you guys. I had to put Lululemon on there for sure, and you guys know I love my Align leggings. They also have the Align top. If you are bigger chested, I wouldn't recommend it as much because it really just pushes the girls up, or if you like that, great, but for me, I just like did not love that look, but I love their leggings for sure. Perfume is another thing I have on there. I specifically love the Daisy perfume, so that's one that I linked. I did the rollerball because it's a lot less expensive and you can really control where it goes, so that's kind of my hack to perfume, or nicer perfume. I also have the cutest Doc Martens on there. My sister-in-law just got some for her birthday, and so it made me look into it, and I found like a boot version that is not laced, and I think it is so freaking cute. I've really been wanting to be more of like a homemaker, and so I put a cookbook on there, specifically of course the Magnolia Table, because you guys, I just love Joanna Gaines, but I hear the Half-Baked Harvest one is really good too. The next thing is the jet lag mask, which I hear everyone loves that. I also put the Laneige lip mask on there, which I got a couple years ago, and it is so freaking good. I definitely will be telling Nathaniel I want both of those. The next item is something that I wish we would buy, but it's very expensive, and that's the Nespresso machine. We actually have a Keurig and it just stopped working on us, and so I really have been looking into better coffee makers, but I just like cannot justify it. So if you can, great. There's a beautiful Nespresso machine on there. But yeah, I think it's a great gift, but holy crap, it's expensive. Okay, 2 more. I have the Capri Blue Volcano Candle. If you guys have not smelt it, it is literally divine. And then I have the UGG slippers. They are so freaking cute. And I found like a white pair with like tan detailing, and it is me in a shoe. I love it. I think it is so cute. All right, last list. You guys have been talking for so long. I hope that you're enjoying this, but the last list is for him, and of course this is very subjective to whatever your guy or the guy in your life likes. So this is a little bit more tailored to my husband, but I will give some other ideas that you guys listed at the end if your guy seems a little bit different than mine, or if you're shopping for your dad or brother and they're not similar to Nathaniel. So the first thing that I put on there was shoes. I feel like guys love shoes and always will want new shoes. For me specifically, I linked 2 pairs of Adidas. I did sneakers and I did slides, which both Nathaniel is obsessed with. He actually has both of these, and we are just like repurchasing them every year, so those are always a good option. The next thing that I found was Ray-Ban sunglasses, which we have never been like a bougie sunglass person, but he had this pair a long time ago that he loved. They were from H&M. My sister actually broke them And I found the same style from Ray-Bans, so I'm really considering getting him that because they're seriously so nice and so cool. So those are a great option for really any guy that you're shopping for. Another one that I had a lot of you guys suggest was AirPod Pros, especially if you're a dad and kind of just need to like tune some things out sometimes. But if your person you're shopping for is a podcast listener or just loves music, I think that is such a good gift. The next thing that I put was a watch, but specifically a movement watch. I've actually bought from this company many years in the past for Nathaniel, and he has loved it. I personally this year picked one that had like a leather band, because sometimes the ones that like clasp together, I think you guys know what I'm talking about, but they can like pinch the hair on your arm, and he doesn't love that. So I got one that is like a leather band, and I think it's really, really cool. You guys know I love Lululemon. Well, Nathaniel loves Lululemon as well. My sweet grandma has bought him stuff from there in the past, and it's the best. Specifically their long sleeves. I love them on him, and they are so cozy. So I put that on there, and then I also put a hoodie, but they also do t-shirts, tank tops, shorts, sweatpants, those kinds of things too. Speaking of sweatpants, I did put a cheaper option on there from PacSun. He also has a pair of these already and grabs for them all the time, so I think that's a great gift too. Guys, I've been talking so much that my throat is dry and it's starting to get like all crackly and making me want to choke, so I'm sorry. Okay, the next one I think is a super good gift. We actually have one, and it's a Theragun. My brother bought one for Nathaniel last year, which was the nicest thing ever. But I found a mini version that was a little bit cheaper, and it's kind of just like more of a handheld, which I feel like is perfect. It does the same thing, and it's saving you a little bit of money. A new wallet is something I feel like every guy would like, and I found a brown leather one. I think leather holds up so well, and I think it just like looks super nice, so that is on there. I also put a Yeti tumbler. I found the coolest brown color, which I think I like more than he does. He would probably pick a black, but I feel like a good water bottle is staple for really anyone. Okay, the next thing he actually asked for, which is a hex bar. So if your person you're shopping for is into weightlifting, this is like one of those deadlift bars that you stand in the middle of it. So that's a great option. Last year I also got him kettlebells, so I think those are really good. You can do very functional workouts with that. Dumbbells are of course good, or really any sort of workout item. I don't know what the right word is. Okay, so that's all that I had on my list, but other items that I got from you guys were like, if you're guys into golf, you could do like tees or clubs or golf balls, or like get them a round of golf paid for. You could also do like whiskey or beer or whatever drinks they like to do, or like good glassware for that, or shot glasses. Another thing is gaming. If you're guys into gaming, you could do like anything for like the PS4 or PS5, I think is out now, or PC. Like we've in the past, stocking stuffer wise, I've gotten him like little cards that he can buy things on when he's playing online, or just things like that. So yeah, that is the last of the guides. I hope that you guys enjoyed that. I know that was very long, but I feel like I definitely gave some good ideas for really so many different people. So hopefully this makes your holiday shopping season a little bit easier. You can just kind of kick back, put on a show, and look through these guides and find something that fits whoever you're shopping for. If you guys have anything that you think is a good idea that I didn't mention, make sure to leave it down below. I'm sure it's helpful for whoever is watching, but I hope that you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.